5% of their muscle mass per decade without any kind of strength training. So that was according to a researcher called Schoenfeld, which he does a lot of research in like strength training and whatnot. So this loss over time causes like our bodies to get a lot weaker and causes any everyday tasks to be hard, such as like carrying groceries in or walking up the stairs. But luckily for us, there is a way to slow down that weakening of our body. That's just strength training or just exercise, which is what I'm going to be talking about today. And more specifically, how it impacts muscle mass, bone density, and mental health. So for my first topic is I'm going to talk about how it influences muscle mass. So one important topic in that section is muscle hypertrophy, which essentially is when you're lifting any kind of weight, like curls or whatever, you're tearing small fibers within your muscles, which over time will cause like them to come back, but it'll come back thicker and stronger. And there are certain conditions that result in more hypertrophy, which again, according to Schoenfeld 2010, he did some research about progressive overload, which I'm assuming if anyone listening here is aware of what that is. Basically what it is, so let's say you're doing like bench, for example, like 4 sets of 5. You're starting with 100 pounds and going up 10 pounds each time. That's progressive overload. Let's say 2 weeks later, instead of starting at 100 pounds, you're starting like at 110 and go and so forth. That over time will help you get stronger, but isn't the like exact cause of muscle growth. Rather, it's like the result of what you did in your previous session. So say I hit legs on one day, I did like how much weight, and maybe like next day I get stronger. It's just a result of that. Progressive overload is just showing you like how much stronger you've gotten over time. Yeah, so, and that's also a good method to help really tear down muscle fibers, which again is how you grow muscle in general, and how your fibers grow thicker. And there's also, I mean, other supplements you can take outside of just lifting, like enough protein and whatnot. So this kind of just shows what it's like. It's not talking about hypertrophy, but so the more you're lifting, the more weight you're lifting, the more you're gonna go up. Which is, I mean, again, this isn't exactly what I was talking about, but I mean, it gets the point across. But yeah, so besides simply just muscle mass, it also affects bone density. So, yeah. Okay, so in addition to muscle growth, it improves bone health. So any kind of resistance training or weight bearing exercise will help with bone remodeling, which is essentially when old bone tissue goes to new. It's simply just uplifting. According to Vasconcelos, regular resistance training shows growth mineral density, which is, I mean, also just how your bones grow and get like denser and just more healthier. And he also did a research on postmenopausal women, which are more prone to osteoporosis, which is this. Essentially, it causes you to have like more hollow bones, and you're more prone to like fractures and stuff. So constantly like strength training and doing exercise will hopefully lower the chances of you getting this. It's bad, it's dangerous. For example, he has like a picture of a spine fracture and whatnot. It's not good, but also doing any kind of mechanical load, which is again just strength training, activates osteoblasts, which they break down tissue and release some mineral, which allow for the new tissue to be formed, and it will overall increase bone strength and reduce any kind of injury. Yeah, so for my third topic off of what strength training can do, since it improves obviously muscle mass and bone density, there's also the mental health aspect of it. So during any kind of weightlifting, you strengthen your mind and body connection, which is like when you're lifting, you know, like you're aware of like, hey, this is too heavy for me. It's like your limit, your natural limit. So according to Very Well Fit, they talked about like the no pain, no gain mentality, which is like when like people try to go over that like mind and body connection, like, you know, they already have that feeling, hey, I can't do this much, but they're still going at it. It's almost like ego lifting. And it's never good, because I mean, you're probably gonna end up injuring yourself. It just ruins the whole point of like building your bone density and muscle mass. Just getting hurt. And then also according to Vail Health, they talked about the release of endorphins, which is this. So when you lift, your body releases like this hormone, which is like endorphins, which is your body's natural mood elevator. So, I mean, without exercise, you have some. Obviously, it can be stimulated by other things, but with exercise, you have like a mass increase of it, and a lot of it's released, which is good. And also, it's shown that it increases cognitive functions in older people. So, overall, I think strength training is important, and I like how these experts talked about like how it impacts muscle mass and bone density in more like a deeper level. And it's important because over time, like as I said at the beginning, after age of 30, a lot of people, if they're not active, they lose a lot of muscle mass. They can make maybe tasks a lot harder. I mean, as old people, they get older, they can't really do much simply because maybe they weren't active in their life. And I also liked how there was an insight of how the body works with strength training and whatnot. So, yeah.